Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal, the eternal Taj Mahal love story. In the heart of India, beside the gentle flow of the Yamuna River, stands a monument unlike any other. Its white domes rise into the sky, glowing in sunlight, shimmering in moonlight, and reflecting in the waters below. This monument is known across the world as the Taj Mahal, but the Taj Mahal is not only stone, marble, and symmetry, but it is a love story, a story of devotion, loss, and eternal remembrance. At the center of this story are two people whose love has outlived centuries: Shah Jahan, the mighty Mughal emperor, and Mumtaz Mahal, the woman who captured his heart. Their tale is not merely about power and royalty, it is about a bond so deep that it created one of the seven wonders of the world. Their story begins in the early 1600s, in the vibrant halls of the Mughal court. Shah Jahan, then a young prince known as Khurram, was the son of Emperor Jahangir. He was destined for greatness, skilled in warfare, politics, and the arts. But all of his ambition, all of his royal duties, would soon be touched by a love he could never have imagined. It was during one of his walks in the palace bazaar that his eyes first fell upon a young woman named Arjumand Banu Begum. History remembers her as Mumtaz Mahal, the chosen one of the palace. She was graceful, intelligent, and possessed a rare beauty that left a mark on his heart in an instant. Some say that it was love at first sight, that the prince knew in that very moment that his soul had found its match. Years passed before they could marry, but their bond only grew stronger, and in 1612 their wedding took place. It was a union of hearts, not just a union of power. Shah Jahan gave her the title Mumtaz Mahal, a name that would forever be remembered. Unlike many rulers of the time who kept political marriages, Shah Jahan's devotion to Mumtaz was unwavering. She became his confidant, his advisor, his greatest companion. Wherever he traveled, she was by his side. In court, in gardens, and even in military campaigns. Their marriage lasted 19 years, filled with love, companionship, and joy. Together they had children, together they ruled an empire, and together they shared a bond that the world still speaks of. But as with many great love stories, tragedy was destined to come. In the year 1631, while accompanying her husband on a military campaign in Berhampur, Mumtaz Mahal went into labor with their 14th child. Though the court eagerly awaited good news, fate was unkind. Mumtaz Mahal, at only 38 years old, passed away in childbirth. The emperor was shattered. Witnesses say Shah Jahan wept endlessly. His hair turned grey, his face aged, and his spirit seemed broken beyond repair. The mighty ruler who commanded armies and built empires was left a grieving husband, lost without his beloved. On her deathbed, Mumtaz had made a final request. She asked Shah Jahan never to forget her, and to build something so beautiful that the world would remember their love for eternity. And so, Shah Jahan turned his grief into creation. For over 20 years, He poured his heart into building the Taj Mahal, a mausoleum that would become the most magnificent symbol of love in the world. More than 20,000 artisans worked tirelessly. White marble was brought from Rajasthan. Precious stones, jade, turquoise, lapis lazuli, and crystal were carefully inlaid into the walls. Verses from the Quran were carved in elegant calligraphy. The gardens were laid in perfect symmetry, representing paradise itself. Every detail was a labor of devotion. This was not just architecture. It was love captured in stone. The Taj Mahal rose, glowing with purity, a palace of eternity, where Mumtaz would rest forever. When it was completed, the world stood in awe. Poets called it a teardrop on the cheek of time. Travelers described it as a poem written in marble. But to Shah Jahan, it was none of these things. To him, it was simply a promise kept, a love made eternal. Yet, Shah Jahan's own story did not end in peace. In his later years, he was overthrown by his own son, Aurangzeb, and imprisoned in the Agra fort. From his cell, he could gaze at the Taj Mahal across the Yamuna River. Day after day, he looked upon the shining monument, remembering the woman he had loved, whispering her name until his last breath. In 1666, Shah Jahan passed away. His body was carried across the river through the gates of the Taj Mahal and laid to rest beside Mumtaz Mahal, husband and wife, side by side once more, together for eternity. Centuries have passed since then. Empires have risen and fallen. Kings and queens have been forgotten. But the love of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal remains alive. Millions of visitors come to the Taj Mahal every year. Some come to marvel at its beauty, others to photograph its grandeur. But for many, it is not just a monument. It is a story. A story that whispers to every heart that true love can survive sorrow, time, and even death. The Taj Mahal is more than a wonder of the world. It is a promise carved in stone. A promise that love, when it is true, never fades. And so, whenever the sun rises over its domes, or moonlight bathes its walls in silver, the world remembers Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal, two souls bound forever, their love shining across the ages.